What's up, Husker fans? This is Mr. HH from HotHuskers.com. Again, just doing a little video. This one's a little bit different. It's not a pregame or postgame video. This is a video about, well, a little issue that seems to be going on for the last couple of weeks involving ABC announcer Ed Cunningham. You guys may or may not notice if you watch the game that Mr. Cunningham has called out the Huskers the last two games for a couple of hits that the referees didn't even call penalties. And he's making such a case of it that makes me wonder if something else is going on. You may remember in the game against Oklahoma State that Eric Martin, Husker linebacker, on kickoff ran down the field and he basically clocked somebody. He did celebrate a little bit afterward, which is kind of unfortunate right in front of the guy. The guy wasn't able to get up for a few minutes. And because of, I think, not necessarily because of the hit, but because of his actions afterward, Eric Martin got suspended for the next game against Mizzou. Well, the whole time, Mr. Cunningham was espousing that it was a legal hit and whatnot. And, maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. I've looked at it several times. It didn't really look like there was a targeting above the head-to-head type of shot that is normally called out for something like that. So let's fast forward to the Mizzou game last week. We fortunately or unfortunately, however you want it phrased, had Mr. Cunningham on ABC again. And he called out Courtney Osborne for when he sacked Blaine Gabbert. I mean, looked like a total legitimate hit to me. He did come in, untouched and basically leveled Gabbert in what looked to me a classic face mask right into the quarterback type tackle. Blaine Gabbert wasn't able to get up for a few seconds. It definitely made him a bit dizzy. But Mr. Cunningham again, he's calling out the Huskers, saying that it's a flagrant penalty, saying that there's no place in the game for stuff like that. And I've got to question the guy a little bit. I mean, he did it the one time. We get a player suspended. The second one against the Huskers seems to be to me like picture perfect sack, picture perfect tackle. It was just a nasty, vicious hit. It's a way that you would want your defense to play. It's aggressive, and it did look rather nasty on TV. But a legal hit, I don't think so. I mean, you take a look at the video itself. Blaine Gabbert at the last second saw it was coming. He cringed, and that basically made the impact worse than I think that it would have been. So what is this guy's agenda? What is Mr. C up to? Mr. Cunningham. And I'm not talking Mr. Cunningham from Happy Days. I'm talking about Mr. Cunningham, the ABC announcer. Does he have something against the Huskers? Has he called any other player out, any other team out, for that matter, throughout the whole season? I haven't heard of it. I haven't seen it. I'm not gonna say for certain that he has or has not. I'll leave that up to you Husker fans to go search the internet and find out. But I did find out that there's one thing that's kind of interesting about it. If you're on your computer, you can go to HuskerExtra.com, and there's a great article written by the Lincoln Journal-Star Steve Sipple, and he points out something in here, and I'm just going to see if I can't find it here for you. Let me see. Oh, okay. I'm not going to read the whole article, but part of it gets on this whole thing about Mr. Cunningham, and this is a quote from Steve Sipple. I was not shocked to learn Cunningham was an offensive lineman at Washington in the late 1980s when Gary Pinkel was the Washington offensive coordinator. Pinkel, of course, is now the Missouri head coach, unquote. And so, it begins to take a little bit of a different kind of animal there. Is this guy got some sort of vendetta or something against the Huskers? I don't know. I don't want to go that far, but it looks like the Huskers are playing the Cyclones again this week on ABC at the same time, I believe, at 2:30. And it'll be interesting to see whether we get the same announcers again, whether Mr. Cunningham is there again, whether he has anything else to say. If you get the chance, go to HuskerExtra.com and check out Steve Sipple's article. It's a great read. And my take on it is, hey, Mr. Cunningham, let the refs do their job, let the Big 12 do theirs. You're an announcer, and just kind of stick with that, and we'd all greatly appreciate it. All right, go Big Red.